Your grammar is a reflection of your image. Good or bad, you have made an impression, and like all impressions, you are in control. Hey, and welcome to my blog. Today I will be discussing the top 10 ways to teach grammar effectively, and then 10 grammar rules. Before that, let me just introduce myself. By the way, my name is Ken Lloyd Philisilda from CCSA, or Christian Colleges of Southeast Asia. I'm your professor for today, and let's start. Hello everyone, right now we will just discussing the 10 ways to teach grammar effectively and 10 grammar rules. First things first, we have to discuss first the objectives. Student will understand the correct usage of grammar, and the second is student will develop their proficiency in writing and verbal skill. And the third one, student will apply this usage for the future daily life. So these are contents. First, we have to discuss the 10 ways of teaching grammar effectively. Second one is 10 grammar rules, all about the 10 ways. So be prepared. Second is motivate them. Proper selection of topics is the third one. And the fourth one is adjusting the lesson depending on their level. Fifth one, think of materials needed. Yes, that is correct. It's short, use sentence diagram. That is number 7. 8 is use picture and images. And 9 is encourage high quality discussion and language and effect. Also 10, knowing of the progress of the learner. So the second one is 10 grammar rules, which is we have the correct usage of must noun, correct usage of possessive pronoun, constructive pronoun, definite pronoun, parallel construction pronoun, gerund, also linking verbs and helping verbs, and collective noun. So right now I will just discussing first the 10 ways to teach grammar effectively. So let's start. The first one is we have to be prepared. Be prepared is not bad. Feeling to be understand in front of class, lecturing about a topic that you have very little understanding of. Learn the context ahead of time so that you can confidently teach your students, and that is true. Because if you have a discussion, you have to study your discussion or your topic ahead of time so that you can discuss it correctly and fluently. The second one is you have to motivate them. Yes, we have to motivate them. So no matter what subject you teach, it's important to motivate your students. If they don't already have natural interest in something, they need to see why learning about it is necessary. Yes, we have to motivate them by simply smile frequently, because if you seeing that you are smiling, your student will be love you also. So the third one is proper selection of topic. Yes, you have to choose a topic in the first step in the beginning of your classroom. So before choosing your topic, think about the ideas that your students have already been wondering about choosing a topic that will be interest to your particular class or of students. And also, fourth one is adjusting the lesson plan depending to their needs. Every successful teacher needs to be flexible, in which constantly adjusting every aspect of job, from lesson plan to questioning to assessment and on and on. This lesson details some methods every teacher should use to evaluate, make adjustment to teaching, and help students to succeed. That's right, you have to be adjustable to be flexible as a teacher. Fifth one is think of materials needed. Yes, this is a major part of teaching. You have to think first of the materials needed. Teaching materials come in many shapes and sizes, but they all have in a common ability to support learning. The purpose and importance of teaching and learning materials is to make lesson interesting, like easy to enable the teacher to easily express the concept. Just like if you are going to discuss in Betamax, Virtual, or so on and so forth, you have to think of materials needed. So the sixth one is keep it short. Yes, again, keep it short. I don't want, yes, when I was in high school, that I don't want to hear any words of my teacher because it's too boring, because it's quite too long of the standard time frame. So, as a teacher, we have to keep it shorter enough. Yes, time management isn't just something you do once at the start of year and forget about nor. It is the property of manager and business owner. So setting goals is one of the best thing we can do to motivate ourselves, delivery on effectively, and stay accountably for our performance. That is good for keep it shorter. You have to stick with the time frame. 7.1 is use sentence diagram. Yes, like any other graphics organizer or diagrams can be tremendously helpful for visual and kinesthetic learners. Think of all the words and a sentence and pieces of the jigsaw puzzle. If you take all of the pieces out of the box and line up them on the table, you just see a bunch of disconnect pieces, right? So diagramming allows students to see the picture of the sentence. Yes, that's right. And also number 8. So 8 is use a picture and images. Yes, that is the second one most needed. We have to adopt. Use the picture and images for teaching. Yes, so there are many styles, and while everyone learns a little bit differently, everyone is a visual learner. That's right. So leveraging a visual teaching style can be very effective, according to John Medina. That visual processing doesn't just assist the participation of the world; it dominates the perception of the world around. Yes. So number 9 is we have to encourage them and high quality discussion about language and effects. So we must explain each choice made and about language of punctuation. It should be considered carefully to contribute the meaning. Making considered choices ensure that our writing reflects on intention. This can only be done properly if we fully understand the purpose of the structure and the concepts of the discussion. Understanding grammar is more than learning the names of certain punctuation. It is also the sentence structure of word classes by rote. We have we have to encourage high quality discussion about language and effects on their daily lives. Again, okay? So number 9 or number 10 rather. So 10 is knowing of the progress of the learners. Yes. That's why we have the assessment after the class discussion, right? If you experience that on the high school or college, you experience that every discussion there are assessment later. That is so worst part of learning, because you're tired of listening, then you have an assessment. Okay. So knowing of the progress of learners. So how does your school ensure progression across your groups in the teaching and learning of grammar? Ofsted latest framework on 2019 that suggests the progress means knowing and remembering more. We must ensuring the learning and progressive, and that there are chances for children to repeat and repeat and remember learning. So it suggests that knowledge is generative or sticky, meaning that more you know, the more easily you can learn. Yes, that's right. So we are finished in the first one. So right now we are going to change the topic on the second chapter. Are you ready, guys? So here we go. So here are the 10 grammar rules. Let's start. So we have first is the mass noun. So mass noun is any noun that represents something impossible or difficult to count, and such as air, rice, or intelligent. So how to use mass nouns? So mass nouns don't always use normal sentence structure. Let's take a look at the most important rules for using a mass noun in a sentence. So mass nouns always use a singular form. So mass nouns don't have a plural forms, right? So that they always use singular form. That means you are never add s or es to the end. If a mass noun is subject of the sentence, the verb should always be singular to maintain the subject-verb agreement. So here are the sample, which is the wrong one is the sun burns my feet, and the correct one is sun burns my feet. It represents the subject-verb agreement, and that is a mass nouns, which is the sun represents the mass nouns, and the verb is burns. So here are the second topic, which is independent possessive pronoun. So the independent possessive pronouns are mine, ours, yours, his, hers, its, and theirs. The possessive adjective, also called a possessive determiners, are my, our, your, his, her, its, and its. So if you see the images, that is possessive pronouns, the best example, so that you can manage it in your own. So how to use independent possessive pronouns, or what is the usage? So possessive pronouns is simply construction that show possession of noun by replacing it into other words. Independent possessive pronouns must stand alone and be used without a noun. So the wrong one in here is Raul peace lilies were healthier than my peace lilies. It sounds like repetitive, right? Or redundant, and feels like a little unnecessary to state of peace lily. So twice this sentence. So rewritten with the possessive pronouns or simplified things. So the correct one is Raul's peace lily were healthier than mine. That's correct, right? So the third one is demonstrative pronoun. So a demonstrative pronoun is a pronoun that used to point at something specific with a sentence. These pronouns can indicate items, space, or time, and they can be either singular or plural. So if you see in those images, picture, that demonstrative pronouns are like those, that, these, and so on and so forth. So how to use demonstrative pronoun, or what are the usage of it? So demonstrative pronouns can be used in a place of noun, so long as the noun being replaced can be understood from the pronoun's context. Although this concept might seem a bit confusing at first, but the following sample of demonstrative pronouns will add a clarity. So here are the sample. See, this was my mother wing. That looks like a car, the car I used to drive. Third one is, these are nice shoes, but they look uncomfortable. Those look like a riper than apples on my tree. Such was her command over the English language. So these are demonstrative pronouns. And here are the definite pronouns. Definite pronouns is used to replace a noun that is already mentioned. That definite pronoun refers to a specific person or thing. For instance, I, me, my, mine, myself, she, her, hers, herself, we, us, etc. So if you see those, the picture is said that he, she, it, we. So that is definite pronouns. So how to use definite pronouns, or what are the usage of definite pronouns? So in definite pronouns, it takes the place of the noun. Instead of using the noun that is the name of a person repeatedly, we replace it with the proper noun. So first one is, I will go out today. My Sarah took my pen yesterday. We are learning English. She is going out for a dinner date today. That red shirt which my brother wore yesterday is mine. So that is the indefinite pronouns. Right now, we have to discuss the indefinite pronouns. So here are the example, and the meaning is an indefinite pronoun also replaces a noun in a sentence but does not refer to a specific person or anything. So how to use indefinite pronouns? These are indefinite pronouns: all body, anybody, anyone, anything, each, everybody, everyone, everything, few, many, nobody, somebody, someone, etc., etc. So the first one example is, aren't you all coming for the party? Nobody is interested in the lectures. Everyone is excited for Shimla trip. Only few know the history of this place. Each one of you will get a chance to play. So that is the indefinite pronoun. And the sixth one is parallel constructive or parallel construction. So, or structure rather. So when you connect two or more clauses or phrase with a coordinating conjunction, for and nor, but, or yet, or so is a parallel structure. So how to use the parallel construction, or what is the usage of parallel structure? So parallel structure should be used when you connect clauses with the coordinating conjunction such as for, and, nor, or, but, so, or yet in a sentence. So here are the few examples, which is the wrong one is the terms that should be parallel but not are italicized. So every morning we make our bed, eating breakfast, feed and dog. Have you seen have you seen those difference between one and the first one? It's difference, right? Because the correct one, the words are indicate the parallel construction and marked in bold. So those are parallel structure that makes a sentence good. Like every morning we make our bed, eat a breakfast, feed the dog, and also I will not sing a song. I will not sing a song, or nor will dance. So it can makes a parallel constructive pronoun. It makes the sentence good and fluently. So here are the 7, which is the gerunds. So we all know gerunds are verbs that end in in or ing but function as nouns. Many sentences can include a gerund, meaning that gerunds that can function as subject, direct object, indirect objects of preposition, and indirect nouns. So here are the example in the picture. Use example subject, reading is relaxing. Yeah. So how to use gerunds and what are the proper usage of this gerund? So while the gerund is performing the action and the sentence, its function is on the subject. For example, in the sentence that exercising keeps unhealthy, that word exercising performing the action keeps, that performing an action keeps. So exercising keeps you healthy. The word exercising is performing the action for keeps. So here are the example gerund that represent, which is the reading, swimming, writing, smoking, apologizing. So here we are on the linking verbs, which is the number 8 of our topic. So linking verbs are the verbs that serve as a connection between subject and further information about the subject. They do not show any action, rather they link the subject with the rest of the sentence. But the verb to be is the most linking verb. That is to be common linking verb, but there are many others, including all of the sense of verbs. So here are the linking verbs as you see as be, appear, become, feel, and everything is so on and so forth. So how to use linking verbs, or what is the usage of linking verbs? So these verbs are always linked subjects to something that further describe the subject or of the sentence. So first is she is not a nurse. The moon is in outer space. I have become wary of your methodology approach to waiting. Fourth one is Dalai Lama seems like a nice guy. So these are the sentence shows the linking verbs can connect the subject with the number of adjective, and the nice guy piece that contains both an adjective and the noun. All of them give us more information about the subject or have become and seem to be. So here we are in the number 9, which is the helping verbs, just like on the linking verb, but different side of the helping verbs, because helping verbs are the verbs that use in verb phrase, meaning used with a second verb to show tense or form a question or a negative. Helping verbs used to show the perfect verb tenses, continuous progressive verb tenses, and the passive voice. Helping verbs are always followed by the second verb. And so here are the example on the screen. You can see the had, are, be, been, can, and also so how to use helping verbs and what is the usage of it. So a helping verb, also known as auxiliary verb, but it is different, right? So here are just some example of helping verbs with expressing tense. In this example, the main verbs can bold in and the helping verbs are highlighted. So the green one is the helping verb, and the second is progressive tense. So Peter was singing for an hour. Peter is singing in the shower. Peter will be singing tomorrow evening. So each of these example helping verb to be has to be from the possessive or progressive tense, which tense used to ongoing action. So here we are on our last topic, which is the collected noun. So collected noun is a word of a phrase that represent a group of people or things but treated as singular entity. So hint are collection of people of things, even though you can count an individual, members of the group. Usually I think of individuals as a group, a whole, or as a unit. So here are the usage or the proper usage of the collective noun. So remember, the nouns are word naming people, animals, places, and things. Collected nouns are in a class their own. Once you read this example, you will find much easier to recognize collected nouns when you see them. So here are the few examples, which is our class, the herd, waited unexpectedly for the jury, that year's basketball team, and Napoleon's army was finally defeated at Waterloo. So guys, that's all. This will be the end of our discussion. So thank you everyone. So thank you everyone for listening, and I hope that you gained something of my research and all my or my lesson for today. So see ya and God bless. Bye bye for now.